Melanie from Melanie's Muses here, where I use about things in the entertainment world that are entertaining to me, and sometimes a few weird and random other videos too, for whatever I'm musing about. Hopefully you guys stay along for the ride. Today I'm back with another Forgotten Feature Friday, which is a new segment for 2021 where I muse about movies that may need a little extra love, generally ones that I love. Some were box office smashes, some were complete box office failures, some found cult status later on. Others are pretty obscure and nobody watches them. But one thing they all have in common is that I love them. If you've missed any of my previous movies, you can check them out in the playlist up there. But for today, in case you hadn't guessed by my 80s dance ensemble, I'm going to be talking about the 1983 movie Staying Alive. I am a sucker for a dance movie. I love a good dance movie, and Staying Alive was the 1983 follow-up to the big box office success, Saturday Night Fever. There was a little bit of dancing in that, obviously it's most known for the disco scene, but this 1983 follow-up takes a completely different story. We follow John Travolta as he tries to make a success on Broadway. And yeah, that's pretty much what holds this story together. Now, Staying Alive, believe it or not, was actually a box office success. With a budget of about 22 million, it went on to make over 120 million at the box office. And yet, it sits right now with a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. A 0%! I love this movie. John Travolta stars alongside Cynthia Rhodes and one of my personal favourites, Viola Hughes, and not just because she's English, but if you've watched Charmed, you probably recognise her from there. She was also in Blossom. Anyway, she is definitely one of my favourites. And there's a whole bunch of dancing, and they do this crazy Broadway show called Satan's Alley. I mean, that in and of itself makes the movie worth watching for me. If you watch it, you might also recognise Steve Inwood, who did a few movies back in the 80s, but then sort of went off to do TV stuff and you didn't really see him much after that. But the star of the show, definitely John Travolta and his crazy dancing, and he embodies, I think, everyone that went to Broadway back in the 80s with the dreams of being a star, and he's a little background dancer, and then he gets to be the lead, and all the craziness that goes on with that. And of course there's a little love story as well, and Cynthia Rhodes is in it, who is a phenomenally talented dancer. You may recognise her from things such as she was in Dirty Dancing. And pretty much everyone would know her from that, right? Everyone's seen Dirty Dancing? I'm pretty sure everyone's seen Dirty Dancing. But yeah, the dance routines are crazy, the story is crazy. I mean, it really does just sort of hang together, but for whatever reason, I love this movie. I love this movie way more than the original Saturday Night Fever. And it's on Amazon Prime right now. You can watch it on Amazon Prime if you haven't, for free. And I did, very recently. And it hasn't lost any of its appeal at all. Maybe it's because back in the day I wanted to be a dancer. I mean, I definitely do love that whole 80s dance person type vibe. And I love a good dance movie. Never like I love a bad dance movie. Just dance movies. I like dance movies and musicals. Throw them in there, and horror movies. Yeah, that's my jam. Yeah, that's my Forgotten Feature Friday for this week. What do you think, you guys? Have you seen it? Did any of you guess it based on the vibe, or did you think it was going to be like Flashdance or something a little more obvious like that? Of course, if you stuck along till the end, huge thanks for that. Make sure you do all the fun YouTube things, to like, comment and subscribe. Especially comment. Let me know if you saw this movie back in the day. Let me know if you've seen this movie recently. Let me know if you've never heard of this movie but you're going to go and check it out or not, just based on what I said today. If you think I look like a fun, crazy person to hang out with, you would be right, and you should join me every Sunday at noon Eastern Time. I'm live over on Facebook with my husband Greg. We talk about movies, TV shows, books, we have giveaways. It's always something a little weird and wonderful going on. We have the best group of fans, the Muses, that you'll find there in the comments. So if you're a fun, crazy person and you want to have a good time, you should be there in the comments too. Noon Eastern Time, every Sunday on Facebook. And of course, make sure you head over to my website, melaniemuses.com, for everything user related. All the blogs are there, articles are there, giveaways are there. We have book reviews, features, music features, guest features, all the features. Everything's going on over there. And if there's something you want to see and you don't see it up there yet, keep checking back. New things going up pretty much every day. And finally, make sure you're clicking that notification bell so you don't miss the next time I have a video up. I don't think you can cancel 2021 on Meltful Mondays and Forgotten Feature Fridays. Zoom interviews on Wednesdays when they are available. Other weird and random videos as I think of them, as they come into my head, or by request. Got something you want to see? Shoot me a note. I would love to accommodate you if I can. And with that, I hope to see you back here next time. Bye!